Hello everybody, it is Michael here from My Retirement Trading, and today is the Coffee and Dividend series for the week ending September 26, 2025, which was a fantastic week where I received $2,935.50 worth of distributions, and I made a lot of changes to my portfolio, including when the week started I had less than 400 shares of ULTY by YieldMax, and when it ended, I had over 2,000 shares. But before we get into this, I must state that this is not financial advice or a recommendation, and it is for entertainment purposes only. So let's get into it. This was a fantastic week for distributions for me. It was a grand total of $2,935.50, and this was due to the monthly payers by NEOS. And this is probably going to be my largest distribution week of the month. In my cash account, not counting the crypto ETFs, I received $1,533.04. And in the crypto part of that, I received $583.84. And in my IRA, I had a position in QQQI that paid $818.62. Like I said, for the grand total of $2,935.50. And my weekly payers paid 58.28% APR on cost. And my monthly payers paid 16.47 APR on cost. So let's get into the individual spreadsheets and check this out. Well, I head over to the Dividend Tracker Crypto, and I had 4 distributions this week. And they were YETH by Roundhill. I received $57.51 on an approximate cost basis of $3,200. YBTC by Roundhill, I received $205.20 on a cost basis of $20,103.88. BTCI by NEOS, it's a monthly pair. I got paid $275.94, and my cost basis is $12,583.50 on that one. And XBTY by Granite Shares, I got paid $45.19, and my cost basis is $24.40.51 for a grand total of $583.84 this week. And like I said, I had 3 weekly payers and 1 monthly pair. Well, we head over to my cash account, everything except for the crypto. And I had my monthly payers by NEOS this week. And the first one is QQQI. It is $998.13 with a cost basis of $73,184.86. The next one is SPYI by NEOS. I received a distribution of $432.93 with a cost basis of $36,604.73. And then I come on down here to these weekly payers. I got ULTY by YieldMax. I received $45.94 on a cost basis of $2,697.53. Next one is YMAX by YieldMax. I received $8.82 on a cost basis of $1,315.90. And the last one on this list is NVII by Rex Shares. I received $47.22 with a cost basis of $6,809.73 for a grand total of $1,533.04. And I also have an IRA with some QQQI in it, and I received $818.62 with a cost basis of $61,583.91. What's new this week? The first thing that I did is I secured a $2,600 gain in Main Street Capital. I sold that after a little over 4 months. And then I added to my current positions, I added 200 shares of TSPY by Tap Alpha. Then I added 200 additional shares of TDAQ by Tap Alpha. Then I added 63 shares of YBTC by Round Hill. And then my big change is that I added 1,600 shares of ULTY by YieldMax. And I have a reason for doing this, and I will make another video discussing this very soon. And then next week, a week that I've been looking forward to, is I'm going to New York City for the Blossom Investor Tour. And I can't wait to see everybody there. And I'm looking forward to seeing people like Ari Gutman and Marcos Mila. And I hope to see a bunch of y'all there. If you see me, come up and say hello. And the Coffee and Dividend show will be delayed next week because I will be out of town in New York City. With all the changes that I did this week, I went over to the blossomsocial.com website, which I'm a member of, and it's a fantastic group full of investors to share ideas and everything. It's kind of like similar to like a Facebook for investors. But anyway, I headed over there and I went to my dividend portfolio on there and took a look. And it showed with my changes that my current distributions in the annually would be $67,331.98. And my goal is to get $150,000 worth of annually worth of distributions. And according to them, I will have that in 13 months if I keep doing what I've been doing. And I am looking forward to that because it does make retirement a big possibility if I can do that. So anyway, right now it's showing $67,331.98 or $5,611 monthly. And like I said, 13 months for the goal of $150,000. This week, after some consideration, I decided to add 1,600 shares of ULTY to have a position of over 2,000 shares. And like I said earlier, I have a reason for this that I will put out in another video. But one thing I love about having a YouTube channel is that I do a lot of research. And by doing the research, I found that ULTY has outperformed in year to date and in 1 year some of my core holdings in my portfolio that I have like monster size positions in. So let's take a look at this. Well, head over to stockanalysis.com, an amazing website where I do a lot of analysis on. And I go to their ETF screener and I input it ULTY by YieldMax, QQQI by NEOS, VU by Vanguard, which is their S&P 500 index fund ETF, versus SPYI by NEOS. And I own every one of these. And I went to year to date, and it looks like ULTY is ahead by 16.75% total return year to date. QQQI is next with 14.64% total return year to date versus VU by Vanguard, which is 13.98% total return year to date, and SPYI by NEOS, which is 12.29% year to date. And then we go over to the 1 year, and compare the results. And it's the same exact results as far as which one's number one at this time. But the ULTY in a 1 year period, total return was 27.73% versus the QQQI by NEOS, which was 21.70%, followed by Vanguard VU, which is 17.58%, followed by SPYI by NEOS, which is 15.26%. In conclusion of this video, I added a decent sized position of ULTY. I've got over 2,000 shares now, but it is a very small position in my portfolio. And I sold my Main Street Capital for a $2,600 gain. And I added to my positions of TDAQ, TSPY, YBTC, and of course ULTY. And next week on Friday, I will be in New York City for the Blossom Investor Tour. And I look forward to this and seeing some of y'all there. Like I said, if you see me there, come up and say hello. I'd love to hear from you. And also the Coffee and Dividend show will be delayed because I will be out of town. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please drop them below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to the channel. And on that note, until next time, I will catch you all later.